So for today's adventure, we're at the Twin Sisters Lake Trailhead, getting ready to hike into Twin Sisters Lakes via Trail 980. The hike to both lakes round trip is under 5 miles, and it's only about 1 6/10 miles probably to the first lake, which has a fabulous sandy beach. We're looking to beat the heat today by doing a lake hike. Anyways, today's adventure, Twin Sisters Lakes. So we just clipped off our first mile. We're at 480 feet of elevation gain at this time. So it's a steady climb from the trailhead up into Tumac Basin where the lakes are located, but it's not an overly strenuous climb. Steady, but not super steep. Almost 1.5 miles now, and about 790 feet of elevation gain. It's a nice little canyon that looks down to the outlet stream from the smaller of the Twin Sisters Lakes. So we're about 1.7 miles with 847-ish feet of elevation gain. We've just arrived at the smaller of the two Twin Sisters Lakes. There's Tumac Mountain in the background. There's a trail from here that will take you to the summit of Tumac Mountain. The trees have grown up enough on the top of Tumac Mountain to where you don't get those expansive 360 views anymore, but it's still a fun little hike. There's fairly large camp areas at the smaller Twin Sister Lake. And what we like about it the most, and the reason we're up here today, is there is a nice sandy mountain beach. And we're gonna have this probably all to ourselves. We're gonna take you over to the larger Twin Sister Lake here in a minute. And then we're gonna stop here on the way back and set up our chairs and sit in the water and watch the dog do what the dog loves to do during a heat wave, swim. All right, so we're off and heading towards the larger of the Twin Sisters Lakes. Should be only another, probably about 1 mile from here to get to the next lake. So we're about 1.9 miles. We're just working our way down the lake shore for the first of the Twin Sisters Lakes, working our way over to the larger lake. And we just wanted to note that it is a climb to get up to the first lake, but once you do that, you're in the Tumac Basin, and the hiking after that is relatively flat. So we're about 2.3, a little over 2.3 miles. We're at an intersection. We've been able to see the lake for a while now, but we continued past the lake views, and we're going to take this spur trail to the right, which will take us over to the main lakeshore access. It'll also take you to some campsites at the big Twin Sister Lake. So just over 2.5 miles, and we've arrived at the main lakeshore access for the bigger of the Twin Sisters Lakes. And that water is as beautiful as it looks. It's so clear. It's definitely deep right here compared to the other lakes, so not as nice for wading, right? That's why we never stay here. We always want to go back to the beach.
On the ground, so I suggest going at the other lake.
But it's still fun for swimming.
Yeah.
You would get to swim even sooner.
You would get to swim sooner if we swam here. Are you saying you would prefer to stay here?
No.
No, okay. So you do want to head back to the other lake with the beach.
Yep.
All right, that's what we'll do.
Beaches are just better.
Anyways, I'll spin around one more time. Again, this is the larger of the two Twin Sisters Lakes. The other lake does have boot trails that give full lakeshore access, and we really like hiking up here in the fall. The fall colors are stunning when you come that time of year because the blueberry patches are so extensive. Yeah, it is a beautiful place. I don't know why we don't come more often. Other than it's a long dirt road drive.
Dirt road.
Yeah, the drive to the trailhead's long.
Don't push me away. I don't want to get wet. No splashing. No. I know, bud. You like it too. Big dog shake.
So just under 5 miles and under 1,000 feet of elevation gain, we're arriving back at the trailhead. So we're going to call Twin Sisters Lakes.
In the bag.
They're in the bag. Modest climb to get into the lakes, but once you get up on top, everything's flat. The lakes are beautiful. The hike is short. Life is good.